Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. First for New York, they've got Ewing. We will see him go to work on that low block, one of the great centers right now in the league. Then it's Johnson, and it's Oakley in at the 4. And for San Antonio, Johnson is out there with Del Negro. They've got Robinson, night in and night out. He is a fan favorite, a superstar big man that is a beast under the glass. Then it's Elliott, and it's Duncan in at the 4.
The Spurs have always been very mindful of resting key players during the regular season. Some of it has to do with the age of their players. Some of it is regarding talent because they knew they were a playoff team most years. And you look at the research, there is something to be said for not playing guys when they're fatigued because injuries are more likely if you play tired.
Now here's Johnson. Back to Oakley. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Tim Duncan picks one up. And back to the Spurs and their strategy of resting their star players, not without some controversy. The NBA, as you may recall, fined the Spurs and Coach Popovich for sitting all their starting players for a nationally televised game back in November.
Well, it was their 4th game in 5 nights, and Pop wanted to rest some of their guys because of just the nature of their schedule. But I think the problem was he didn't give the league advance warning. In that game against Miami, when he rested those 3 players, he actually sent them home. And I think that was a little shot at the league. And that's why there was a problem, and that's why the Spurs and Popovich ended up getting fined.
Robinson misses.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
And that is good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Here's Del Negro. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Guys, the Knicks head coach had a couple of minutes to spend with me. He told me that to him, what he is most proud of is how smart the team is playing. He said, I can forgive physical mistakes. Everyone will miss a shot. What bothers me are when there are mental mistakes, and I just haven't had to get in anyone's ear about that with this team. We'll see if he can avoid that again here.
Thank you, Doris. And their ability to generate good, high-percentage shots are key here, guys.
And what that means for them is they need good ball movement, crisp passing, and good spacing. They've got to execute offensively.
Well, those are all the ingredients in creating high-quality shots, Steve, and that's exactly what they need to try to do.
Well, he gives them a terrific option whenever they've got the ball because he's mastered a lot of the moves that you need to be a premier scorer down in the low block.
And one other thing, I like his vision when he's posting up. Being able to score down there is just part of being an effective post player. You got to punish him for doubling up on you, too.
And so here is New York. Johnson with a screen on Johnson. Ward the pass to Ewing. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
A different look now for San Antonio. Williams, he's checked in for Robinson. Person comes in for Elliott. And it's Jackson in for Del Negro. Now here's Williams. Kicks it to Duncan. And Ewing with the block. Houston, guarded by Jackson. From deep, Johnson. That's good. Johnson's got 5 points so far.
Sensational pass. Even in mid-shot, he still saw the open man.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Knicks lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far.
There were only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete.
Johnson, the pass to Purdue. That one falls coming off Johnson's feet.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Pass to Houston. Six to shoot. Latrey. Johnson can't get it to go. Well, Clark, as you mentioned, the Knicks against the West, when you had the offensive capabilities from deep that they did, you know, Steve, you're never really out of the game.
Yeah,
you should know.
Well, they could just shoot their way back into games very easily, and that's what they did a lot of times against some of those teams in the West. But you have to play well against the West if you want to win your division, and the Knicks were able to do that last year.
Johnson double teamed. Can't connect from short range.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
Jackson dishes to Johnson. Passes to Person. On the wing, Williams. The pass to Person. The Spurs making a switch here. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. It's stolen. Down low. No good. And the Spurs going the other way now. Number 4. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Johnson outside. Pass to Houston. Launches it. Gets it to go.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
And the first half ends in a close one. It's the Knicks leading by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the third quarter. But right now, it's time for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce.
Now, presented by Sprint.
This is 2K Sports. I hope your week is off to a good start on this Monday. New York leading against San Antonio. Their defense has put down the iron clamp in this game. No offensive flow for the opposition. Larry Johnson making his presence felt early, and Charles Oakley's also been getting it going for them. And for the Spurs, it's a grinded-out effort. They're doing well inside, big bodies, big points in the paint advantage. Thanks so much for joining me here in studio. Second half action is coming right up, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the game.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
And as you might expect for the team with the second best record in the West, the Spurs dominated the East last season, played each team twice for a total of 30 games, and went 25-5 in that stretch.
Spurs trail by 4. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, fellas, Greg Popovich, known for his sarcastic, sometimes contemptuous answers to some of the questions from us media members. He said it seems to entertain everyone but his wife. She tells him to cut it out, be a grown man, and show some maturity. But he said, I can't. I simply can't do it. Guys?
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris. Ewing, the pass to Ward. Just 4 to shoot. From 18 feet away. And he hits the jump shot. And Clark, back to what you said about the Spurs and the East, it was far and away the best record against the conference, Steve, for a team in the West.
Yeah, the second best record was Memphis with 22 wins. So kind of scary to think that they rested their big stars a few times against teams in the East, and they were still able to put up that kind of a record.
Elliott kicks to Duncan. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. The screen from Ewing. Or the pass to Houston. He feeds it to Johnson. And he drops it in from the low post. Johnson's got 7 points. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Yeah, that's the right move. Get a good possession here, play defense, and get one more opportunity to score.
No good from Duncan. New York leading by 6. Johnson, the pass to Houston. Stolen by Robinson. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Here's Elliott. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. The free throw drops for Elliott. Ewing, a screen on Johnson. Or the pass to Ewing. Pass to Houston from the arc. And the Knicks hit again from deep. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Knicks lead by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here from the U.S. Airways Center. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for New York.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
The Knicks leading by 6. Ward is guarded by Johnson. Johnson right side. Johnson off the pick from Ewing. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he can't make a second free throw either. Missing both. Spurs trail by 6. Here's Del Negro. Here's Elliott. It's hauled in by Oakley.
This is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Well, it happens. He's wide open, but just couldn't get it to go.
Duncan with the screen for Johnson. Johnson off the pitch from Duncan. Johnson kicks to Robinson. No luck. And New York the other way now. Taken away. And a fast break now for the Spurs.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
And it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Houston, the pass to Ward. New York needs to get off a shot. Oakley. Rebound, San Antonio.
Urgent possession here, Clark. They need a basket.
No doubt about it, Steve. They need quick, efficient scoring.
Del Negro kicks to Duncan. Elliott. Pass to Del Negro. Here is Elliott, defended by Ward. Elliott misses. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
So he comes up empty, missing both. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're losing by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. So a close game sees New York take this one. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for joining us tonight in our presentation of NBA on 2K Sports. Now our Jordan Player of the Game.